know, it's true, because Tom is like this. There is a version, but we never use that. You know, we use that. No, it just because we didn't.
She gave up.
No, there is. That was the one shot. The camera. The crane shot. There was one that we did. But we had that stupid car for 10, 11 seasons.
Shut your mouth!
Stupid car. It's cut in half. No, wait. I'm not talking about the other babies that are intact. I'm talking about the one that we cut in half and took the roof off. But, you know, like, if you're directing, you don't want that unbelievability unless you're doing that one crane shot that Tom did. That's the difference. But otherwise, people use it gratuitously, and it takes you out of the scene. It's like you know that, wait a minute, there's a back seat, the back window. Why is the camera way back there? So, oh no, that was, we cut this out. Oh yeah. Yes, we did.
I have a very good position for this being your first convention. What's your spirit animal? I'm sorry, I said, what I said was, if you were a tree, what tree would you be? That's not my question. My question is really, would J2 ever reach you?
My question is, what does Jensen smell like?
I knew that was the real reason I was here. I mean, that's why I started out with telling you that the real reason we're all here is because of Jared and Jensen. You know, that's just it. And for people that want to get in this business and that want to be production designers, stuff like that, you don't do it because you want to be friends with, like, the 1 and 2. You do it because you love your craft. You do your craft well enough. They respect you. We're obviously friends. We hang out. I get to laugh at them because they're Dallas Cowboy fans. You know, so that's always been fun. Tuna. But
he said Dallas Cowboys. That was the problem, wasn't it?
But you know, in all sincerity, when you're in this business and you get the opportunity, what people really want is results. They want to see what you have to offer. That's, you know, I love having a drink. I love partying. This is a really fun night. But, you know, I never do this on a school night. I just don't. I'm usually in bed before 9:30. My wife will attest to that. because I care about what I do. And, you know, contrary to popular belief, you don't get more creative when you're fucked out. Period. You know, you need all your faculties. You need what God gave you to, you know, look at things and to figure it out and to do your best. So, you know, that's important as, you know, like as up and coming artists and people that want to be in this business. It's really, it's a serious deal. But, you know. Okay, where's my home?
I think as a final question, what's on everyone's, you know, the questions people are asking at the moment is why has,
I might not get to ask my question.
Partly answer is why Supernatural lasted so long. But aside from Jared and Jensen, though, what do you think makes it stand out as a genre show? Because there's been a lot of genre shows that have long lives, and there are a lot of factors in play, but particularly what do you think your role's been in that longevity? It's amazing. We're talking, you know, we're coming up to 300 episodes in season 14. And we know that there's been a longevity of crew as well of staying with the shows, and that's...
I'll tell her.
Extraordinary, and lead actors, that's extraordinary on a number of levels. So what do you think that is?
Sorry.
Well, thank you, Jules, but for all the reasons Jules just said, being that, you know, we still have our main actors, we have a lot of our main department heads, you know, the guy that I work closely with, or more closely than anybody, is obviously Serge. You know, the lighting design goes hand in hand with what I do. And I just like to consider myself as one of those cogs, as Jared said. You know, because nobody's ever done this
Phil's
for
got a
this
question.
long.
What is it?
genre,
I'm periscoping. She was
It's
asking
everybody.
if he ever used
It's
any,
everybody, and it's also you guys. Because,
fan art.
whatever inspired you guys inspires us.
Okay,
and,
well, that's good.
so it's the totalitarity of, this show. And the reason this works as a genre, because we were first! Vampire Diaries, all these other shows, come on. We've covered it in so many episodes. We were the first to the table, and I think we do it better than anybody else. Period. And that's why we're still on here.
So we have a question from the internet, because of course Supernatural fandom goes all around the world, all the time. So a question about, obviously you're aware of fandom, and how much has fan art or fan creations inspired any part of Supernatural and what you've done? Probably particularly the 200th episode was one I was thinking about.
No,
Thank you.
you can never, ever forget the reason that we're all here is because of you. And, obviously this show has struck a chord. And if I look at my own history, it's not something I was ever attracted to, but I love the fact that I get to create this really cool stuff, and it doesn't have to necessarily be within this world. So I get, as far as creative freedom goes, that's a gift. But, what was the other part of that?
Have you used...
The fans, oh, that's you guys, okay. No, but we love paying homage to you guys. I mean, the 200th episode was a huge love letter to you guys, period. It was like, it wasn't masked in anything, it was just a pure thank you love letter. I mean, that's the only way you should view that. Don't look any deeper than that. That was a really hard show to do. We had so many discussions on how big the Impala should be, what the set should look like. I mean, that was, and it was Phil, because Phil comes from editing. And those guys are the toughest guys to please. That's why he's so good at what he does. But that was just a pure and simple love letter to all of you, to appreciate the fact that you've stuck with us this long. And, I thought that was one of my favorite episodes.
Brendan?
It was just beautiful. The music, the staging. That was... And we embraced, like a couple of the other things they did, like the Hollywood Babylon and the French Mistake. Those are some of our favorite episodes. And we just embrace it because, as kooky as it is, it's just a really nice, refreshing term. And, we like that.
Okay, Captain's Choice again. So, as fans, as obsessive fans, we often have our own interpretations of things that end up on the screen, whether they're colour palettes. I know there's a whole theory around the colour of Supernatural, of what appears on the screens. And has anyone seen the video about The Shining? Yes, what's it called again? Room? Yeah.
217. Room 217 is the Shining Room.
Yeah. But all the theories fans have about the implications and the subtext of what you put on the screen. Now, obviously, some of that's our interpretation. Sometimes it intersects with reality. How do you?
Sorry, it wasn't exactly what you wanted.
Obviously, people are tweeting you going, "Oh, I know what you meant by having purple in that scene." How do you receive that?
Basically, Jules wants to know how you guys influence what, or is there a meaning behind certain palettes and stuff like that? And it really comes down to, like, before every episode, I read the script, I look at it, and then I go, what would Jules do? It really comes down to that. But you know what? We definitely have messed with you guys a little bit on our colors, a little bit on what we hide in our screens, and the fact that when I found out that you guys were really looking, then I really started to mess with you guys. I mean, look at Jules' hair. What color do you think I'm going to go with? I mean, gee.
Drink.
Anyhow,
just finally then, Jerry, season 12, finally was an hour ago. Jerry's worked a 12-hour day, and I do want to give him a chance. I know some of you want to come up and say hi. There's going to be selfies, Jerry. So we've got hair and makeup out the back ready for you. I hope so. But finally, I mean, we are coming up for season 12. What are you looking, anything you can share with us in season 12? Like, oh my God, look out for the ... in episode 5. I know it's hard to share anything. I mean, last season we had friggin' submarines.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you do when someone comes up and says, we're having a submarine? Is there any submarine equivalents coming up?
the short answer is yes, of course. But before we did the submarine episode, I got a call from Jeremy and he goes, hey, what do you think about a submarine? I'm going, cool. Let's do a submarine. Because, we have the technology, we have the artists to do that, and why not? I mean, because he explained to me this whole, storyline, I thought it was great, and I went yeah, let's do the submarine. And we did, and I think it turned out quite well. But we also had, again, you got John Badham directing, and the guy comes to play. He's almost 80 years old, and he looks at a script and he just keeps on improving it and improving it and improving it every day. And I think it's a good life lesson for anybody, because he's not done. He wants to make his mark every single day. He feels so blessed that he gets the opportunity to be out there and working with us. And that's a great life lesson. Just every day he wakes up every time he comes here, he goes, hey Jerry, what if we did this? Okay, John, let's do this. And it's fantastic.
I know John Badham's back, and the first script he's directing is by one of our new writers, Steve Yoki, who some of us had the privilege to meet down in San Diego. Steve is very supportive of the tentacles, so I'm very happy. Tentacles, Jerry. Tentacles. I want tentacles. Yeah, no, I'm totally not supportive of the testicles. Totally. Tentacles, not testicles. Thank you very much, Jerry, for tonight. I know it happens in a lot of the cons when we talk about how different supernatural fandom is from all the other fandoms out there, which are all wonderful in their own way, but we've got amazing access to you. Jerry posts a lot of behind-the-scenes pics on his Twitter, which is Jerry Wanek. Very easy to find. I've stir-fried all his pics from the last couple of seasons, so you can see all the wonderful sets and what they're about. Thank you so much for coming tonight. Jerry's just worked a 12-hour day and come here to spend the time with family. Thank you for coming. I have to say, we don't make tequila in Australia. We don't make tequila in Australia. We make some pretty ordinary rum, and I wouldn't put that in. But we do make a rather good red wine, so... if you don't like it, if you don't like good red wine, please feel free to re-gift it. That's fine. But thank you. When's your birthday? I won't be offended if you re-gift it. But thank you. Please, everyone, thank Jerry for coming tonight. It's been absolutely amazing. Final words from Jerry. We've got a couple of other special guests here too later, so don't leave yet. But final words from Jerry.
Good night, good luck, and thank you very much for being a part of Supernatural.
Thank you so much, Jerry. If you want to come up and say how much you adore Jerry, please do. Flood him with your love. Also, tweet out how much you'd love to see him direct again.
Yes.
CC at Holy Horse.
My new agent.
But really, Jerry's directed some of our favourite episodes and we'd love to see him back. But also, I think the visual text of Supernatural is what makes it stand out from so many other shows. I know so many of us look at it screen cap by screen cap, and there's a depth of visual text in there that stands behind what we see on screen that is why we're obsessed.
Thank you, Joyce, but the one thing I never forget is that I have this incredible team. I'm one guy, I dream up the goofy shit, and these people can put it down. And my set designers, my art directors, my set decorators, my props guys, that's what really happens, you know, because I'm just one person. And we have, between construction and art, we probably have 100 people. And they're all dedicated and want to do the best they can. And without them, I just have dreams, right? But they can execute those, and that's what's really important. And to them, you know, I owe this, all this, you know, accolades, I really owe to them. And, you know, I thank my crew.
Just one last thing though, Jerry. I do think you failed to ask one question. First of all, motels, everyone.
It's a Game of Thrones pinball machine.
What does Jensen smell like?
Have it.
Daniil.
And Jerry wins. Fucking won the internet.
Thank you so much, Jerry. This is what Supernatural fandom for me is about, that we have amazing access to the people who make our show and on our show.
Oh my god, that's
There are some other people from the show here tonight that you will get to meet. And we'll give everyone a few moments to have another drink, but I've got a few other people I want to introduce you to. If you want to come up and say hello to Jerry, please do so now. He's got to go home, it's a school night, so he's got to go home and go to bed soon. But please